117 degrees.
I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Town of Pelletier Board of Commissioners. It's 6:30, Monday, July the 1st, 2024. Roll call.
Walter Vincent, Dan Taylor,
Yeah.
Dale Sowers,
Here.
Sonny Mason,
Here.
David Bragg,
Here.
Tim Quinn.
Yeah.
All right, do I hear a motion to excuse Walter?
Motion to excuse Walter.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's all stand for the pledge and invocation, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
House.
Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we thank you for the day that you've given us. We thank you for the interest of each and every one that is here tonight. And we ask that you lead, guide, and direct us in things that will be good for Pelletier and pleasing unto your sight. Bless each and every one, for it is in your name I pray. Amen.
All right, on the agenda, under old business, we'd like to add the shed ordinance. If everybody's okay with that. Carlton has an update on it. So with that added, do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Approval of the minutes of the May 6, 2024 meeting. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to read those minutes, and if there's no changes, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, department report, Code Enforcement Officer, Lieutenant Chris Jensen.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you this evening? Jump right in here with the code enforcement step. Let's see here, what about the lake for last month? Let's see. What do we have here? All right, so there was a couple of drug arrests made in town last week. I know that doesn't go, but I just wanted to know the status of the town, which is a great thing. And we're working our way back to the person that's stealing that stuff. We're getting all the zombies walking up and down West Fire Tower and Pelletier Loop. And hopefully this month we can tidy that up. So we'll see. This month was kind of weird, so I states what I was working on the month prior, as you can see from my notes. But I got sidetracked with animal control issues. Now, I wasn't sure if that falls under my purview, but I went with it anyway. And I went to the county and took a meeting with the animal control folks there. And we talked about how things are to be done. Now, this all stemmed from a call I got last month about helping somebody on Petterford Road get rid of some cats, feral cats in the yard. And some feral cats, meaning about 20 to 30 feral cats. And the problem, it kind of goes back to the woman, the wife wants them gone, but the husband keeps feeding them every day. Which creates an issue.
Oh my.
So I went to animal control and I said, can you guys come down there and help us out with that? And they said, absolutely not. And I said, whoa, what do you mean? Because as a deputy sheriff, when I go roll around, if I've got an animal he's tending to, a dog or a cat, can you get an animal control officer dispatched to me? Call that out on the radio. And usually an animal control person will come to our location, handle said dog or cat that we need taken care of. That was old days. I'm dating myself. I haven't been on patrol in 10 years now. But evidently, it's changed to the point where since you guys are an incorporated individual town, that they no longer will handle animal control issues. What they do, in fact, is kind of work in a partnership alliance with the towns. Now, this is where things got weird. The one animal control guy, pardon me for 1 second, handed me this,
Oh, yeah.
okay, and then he gave me 3 of these kitty cat food. Now, of course, they have to be in the plastic container because if they use the metal cans, it could hurt the cat's mouth. So remember that. I can't use the metal containers. Don't want to hurt the kitty cat's mouth. So, get said cat into trap. There's a number on top, and I had to sign a waiver and an agreement and all kinds of stuff. Like, seriously, I signed 3 forms to get this damn cage behind me. And, yeah, I felt like I was buying a car. And so anyway, they gave me the cage, and when the cat get caught into the trap, the homeowner is supposedly supposed to call this number that's on top of the cage for Carteret County Animal Control, which will come to the home, scoop the animal out of the trap, bring it to where they bring it to, and then I have to go back and reset said trap, because they will not reset said trap. That was my one, right there when he was telling me all this good stuff. Yes, so that is how that goes. Now, we didn't delve into the dog issue, because from time to time I'll have a dog that's running at large, and people want that tended to. We didn't delve into that arena, so I don't know what goes on there. I guess my point to this long diatribe is, I think it's time we have to probably put our heads together about an animal control plan, maybe, because,
Well, we got one.
Okay, good.
We got,
well, me.
got the ordinance,
Oh, okay, all right.
so.
I was kidding there, but, yeah. I don't mind helping out. I mean, it's great, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah, but that's not what
No, I
we
know.
intend for you to do.
I know, but I don't mind popping down a trap. There's no big deal to me. I've got a truck, so I can ride around with a couple in there.
Right beside your guns.
Yeah, machine gun, vest, cat trap. Oh, yeah, and 9 lives food. Yeah. So, anyway, that's that. So, that was the big crux of my, I was thoroughly surprised and shocked. I went to actually go see Dale's house and inform him of said meeting I had with animal control, because I was kind of shocked and taken aback by everything I learned from that. And, well, anyway, we're kind of out on our own, I found out. They'll come and scoop the animals up, but we gotta catch them. And then they'll clean and fry them, I guess.
Now, you mentioned to me when you came to see me,
Yes.
now, excuse me, about the town buying you some
Yes.
traps.
Oh,
Now,
sorry I left that one out.
now, if the town does,
Yes.
will they come
Yes.
empty them?
We'll have to put this little number they have on the rented trap, on the same, affixing number for Carter County Animal Control. And then with one of our traps, they'll come and tend to it as well. But we would own the traps, and I wouldn't have to sign away my wife for a cat trap.
Where did they carry them? To Dollar General? Let them out behind Dollar General or what? I mean,
I don't know, I got a lot of jokes in my head, but then.
I'm blown away that you had to sign for a trap from Carter County, that we pay taxes to Carter County
Well,
too.
that's the thing, see, we paid the taxes,
Yes,
but they want, to go in partnership with us.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're gonna charge us.
Yes.
More.
see, now I delved into that arena and kind of tried to, look, man, come on, just you and me, nobody, just let me know, are you looking for like a little extra scrap your way? You want some tax money coming in here, is that what's going on? And they wouldn't budge, they wouldn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I was talking to the lead people, I think I was talking to the head animal controller guy. And he's very concerned about how to catch animals. And that's all, that as far as it went. So, yeah, and, the other towns, little towns like ours, like BOC and the like, have invested in their own cat traps. Because once word gets around that, this is what I was informed from Alcohol, once word gets around town that the town will put down traps to take care of the feral animals, then people will start calling in and wanting a trap put in. So they'll keep an inventory of 4 or 5 traps lying around so they can divvy them out to the county residents or the city residents. And that way everybody doesn't have to feel excluded from getting their cat traps.
You said Tractor Supply has them.
I was informed by Animal Control Officer, I forget his name, that they indeed sell the cat traps. And I found some online as well, and they're in the $50 to $60 range.
Wow.
So, said cat trap behind me has in fact caught and nabbed 2 of the feral cats. I'm very proud of that.
Good job.
18 to go, bud.
I'm gonna need some more non-lives.
Golly.
You got a budget line item for that?
So, I've been messing around a lot with the cat stuff this week, and the old couple, sweethearts that I went to trap for, and I went in and they offered me cottage cheese and peaches, which I declined, and it was a nice time, and caught some cats, and it was great. So that's that with my cat story. Okay, back to what you guys actually pay me to do is the little code enforcement thing. And I'm just gonna go line item by line item on that. All right. 305 Hobby Aprils. This is what I call Tarp House. I did find the owner, and he has informed me that he will get said grass cut within the month. Now, I talked to him a week ago. I don't know if he's made that happen
He
yet.
has.
He has? Wonderful. 209 Mills Branch, which has been a sore spot for us. A lot of people have OD'd there in the past. But she's keeping the property looking nice. Sure, I'm gonna back off that one. I'm gonna kind of close that little case file I have on them. She removed the camper that I told her to remove. So she's trying to comply. She's trying to keep me off my back with what it is, but she's trying to comply the best she can. And I'm gonna just keep an eye on things. And maybe some people in the neighborhood will let me know if I need to hit that back up again. 124 Pettifer Road. I think there was a simple notation on there. Their time is done. They are out. So I'm gonna have to do something like I did back in December with the other folks, I think. That's coming. I can go, I have a few more days left on the letter, so we can, but put your heads on this, we're gonna do this again. They still have some time left to where they get to that point where we're kind of maxed out on fine stuff, and we have to take that next step. So put your heads together, see if you want to think about the next step. And I'll bring it up again at the next meeting, because it's an expense. I know it's an expense. It's a
You got
check.
any more than just that?
They haven't got me anything. I mean, I keep trying to talk to them, and I don't get any response from these people.
Well, I don't see no need waiting.
I've got, I think it's 4 more days on the letter where they could actually come through and say, okay, I'll get it cleaned up, or I'll pay the fine, or what have you. So I'd like to give them the grace of where we're at to keep it nice and legal and neat. But at that point, they'll be out of time, well out of time by the time I see you next, and I think that would be the time to make the move. But you're the mayor, you tell me.
When, well, it's the commissioners,
Yeah, it's a commissioner's decision, I get it.
but in my opinion, when them 4 days are up,
Yeah,
get estimates.
start rolling, all right.
Get estimates. That way, when you come before us
I'll-
next month, you'll know how much it's gonna cost.
I'll have a price and just get it rolling, boom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we'll do with that then. 1105/1106/58. That's Mr. Whetstone, who runs the lawnmower slash business, whatever it is, in that old nightclub. He likes to pull my chain. He pulled it again this month, and he did not cut his ditches out, so I just hit him with a notice. So I suppose by day 29 of next month, the ditches will be cleared out, because that's how he does his business with me. He likes to pull my chain to the end, and that's him. So those dishes will be cleaned out day 29. Sandsboro Lane, cleaning has started, but it's not progressing at a rapid rate. That's for sure. It's not progressing at the rate I was hoping and expecting it to progress to. So we had a come to Jesus, and we had a meeting, and I explained to her that it's time to move and get into action. And I'm leaving out a lot of words, obviously, but because I'm gonna start flying. So if I don't see something, we're at about 4 days. If I don't see something by the end of the week, the fireworks will hit her. How about that? Okay. All right. I get colorful with my vernacular in some of these folks, and they expect it of me. So, but I like to leave it out since I'm being filmed. Mr. McNeil, the golf course property owner that we all know, his lawn is excessively high, but his lawn is a golf course. And his golf course is turning into natural vegetation that's not inhabited, nor has it been inhabited, which kind of makes it wonky as far as county ordinance goes on me going and telling him, hey, cut your golf course down. I don't know if I can make that happen from county ordinances or town ordinances. I don't think it works, is what I'm saying. I mean, not too many people have golf courses they let overgrow. It's not something that happens all the time. Right. And he's kind of in this weird spot where I don't think he's got many worries as far as ordinance or code actions go. If you guys could put your collective heads together and tell me a direction, I'll take it. I've already spoken with Mr. McNeil. I spoke with him again this morning, in fact. And I don't think he has intention on mowing that field probably until the end of summer. Or not even mowing it, just cutting it back. I think that's where he's at. So if you think of anything in that regard, let me know, please. Okay, that's it for code stuff. Moving on to police stuff. Pelletier generated 63 calls for service in the last month, 31 calls for service in the ETJ, totaling 94 calls for service in your immediate locale. Now, that is not a large number for July. I mean, I kind of keep track of these, and I keep track of the number, and I have this little bar graph I keep on my computer about how, and we're not tipping the scale. I think last year it was like 95. So it gets like that in the summer, and then it goes like that in the fall, winter, and then comes back up in the summer. It's basically how it goes. So I wouldn't be alarmed by the number. It's a large number for us, but don't be alarmed by the number. You know, people get hot bothered and they call the police for just about anything. And then if they call, we come, and that's how it works. So, and of course I've included the list of dispatch calls to your town and the surrounding areas, and you can pick out what you see, and there it is. And as far as that goes, I hit the animal control stuff. That's about all I've got for you guys. Oh, I put a copy of the trap loan agreement back here, which is, I included it because it's one of the papers I had to sign, but I can also use that as a template to make for a town one if we happen to get traps and give them out to the folks. We can make them sign this little paper so they don't steal our traps. That's that. Okay, any questions?
Yeah. I think we're good.
All right.
But he does need some traps, so, I mean, does the board wanna go ahead and invest in 4 or 5 cat traps.
We seem to.
Do you want me to find a price on cat traps, bring to the next meeting, we'll have the price for the dude down on Bedford?
Well, they're
Or do you guys just?
less than, let's say, how about we'll get the traps.
Okay. And I'll worry
If the
about that.
board will approve that we buy 5 traps and not spend no more than $500.
I think you definitely get that done.
Well, that gives me,
Right,
gets a
it gives
little
you room
play.
to wiggle, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I think you definitely get
Beat the
five.
heck out of him going to sign away his life to get a trap to borrow.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
yeah. So, anybody want to make a motion?
Make a motion to buy the traps, no more than $500.
All right. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Any opposed?
So what I'll do is I'll keep hold of the cat trap since I signed for it, and somebody else off of, Bedford Pelletier Loop Road wants to borrow it, use it next, because of a feral cat issue in the condos. So I'll be dropping it off there tomorrow. I still got 2 cans in my lives, so I'm hoping to get them early on.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll let you know when we got the traps here.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Doesn't the North Carolina Wildlife Commission, don't they have a program for feral cats? Because they destroy so many songbirds every year. And I thought they had a program that would help communities.
I will have to check to see, Bill.
You know, Lyle has a big,
All right,
has
so-
a big organization for feral cats too.
So we'll move on to West Carter Fire and EMS. We got Fire Marshal Bob Penrod, excuse me.
Yeah. Good evening. Chief Pena couldn't be here, had a prior commitment, so you're stuck with me and I don't have any cats. So, for Pelletier, we had 21 calls for service for last month. Right now, we're at, for the department, 1,022 calls, which is almost 17% increase over last year. So we are continuously staying busy. That's really the information that I have for you. Not much has really changed month to month, except our call volume. So, any questions on that part? Okay. My report from the Fire Marshal's office, we have a total of, let's see here, Pelletier. We only had 3 inspections in Pelletier. We've been concentrating on some of the other areas that have become problems, so those numbers have gone down a little bit. The one thing that has gone up is we're getting more and more smoke detectors put into homes. So for the year right now, we're looking at 31 detectors that have been installed in various homes throughout our fire district. And we are now doing carbon monoxide detectors too. So I'll just remind you again that I have smoke detectors, I have carbon monoxide detectors. So I'm getting these homes that don't have them. I went to a home today, not in Pelletier, both of them in a wheelchair, both invalids, oxygen, not a smoke detector in their house. So it saddens us when it's like that. And you know, I guess the best way to get the word out, you know, we do Facebook and the web quite a bit, but word of mouth is gonna be the best thing. So please don't hesitate to call the department or call me. All the towns have my number, so we can get that taken care of. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory on the report. Unless you have any questions, that's really the report for fire department tonight. We're staying busy, I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you, sir. All right, next is the finance report. Since Walter isn't here, general account, we have $258,290 Our PAL bill account, 22,699. And, this past year, our revenue, was $150,489. Our expenditures was $132,079. So we were in the black around $18,000, but we'll see what the auditor says. So anyhow, we still did good. We were very fortunate to be able to do that. And so anyhow, any questions? All right, planning report.
So, we recommended approval for the commissioners for the updated, mobile home park, ordinance, and, that's about it. We also signed the consistency statement, so that's it for the plan.
And Caesar was nominated as chair. Ronald Morgan was
Co-chair.
co-chair.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mickey.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you. All right, commissioners report. Mr. Quinn?
I've been in contact with the website, people, and, there's gonna be a little logistical problem. We don't have any multimedia, capabilities here, so apparently they only do a demo online or via Zoom. But I do have a meeting with them tomorrow to find out some more particulars on that. I'll pass them along next month.
Okay. Commissioner Bragg?
Not too much this time, and we spread a ton of riprap down at that where it's eroded on Pettiford Loop Road, or Pettiford Road in 58. But the culvert that's underneath that road, adjacent to 58, is covered up and clogged up.
Okay. Son, Commissioner Mason?
No, sir, I'm good at this time.
Yes. All right. And mayor's report. I will say, I guess it was last weekend, we did have a retirement party for Chief Hunter. There was quite a few people did turn out, which I was glad to see.
160.
160. That was real good. And so anyhow, our new chief, he had, I guess he had to go pick up his wife from the airport, didn't he?
Yeah.
So anyhow, he was planning on being here, but for his first day as their new chief, I told him, so look, he'll be fine, just come next month and introduce yourself. So anyhow, so we should see him next month. So, other than that, I'm good. So we can move on to new business. We have a audit contract. Gregory T. Redmond, he's a CPA. Anyhow, he's our audit. He audits our CPA, so you gotta have two accountants, so he's our second one. His contract for this coming year is $8,500. It's right in line with what it has been. So I need the board to approve to sign a contract with him.
Make a motion that we approve the contract.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, next public comment.
Who's gonna buy cat food?
Town I have to.
Didn't the $500 that they include cat food too?
Okay. 2 weeks ago, my family, my 3 kids, left my home on Pelletier Loop Road. As they approached the intersection at Pelletier Loop and West Fire Tower, another vehicle drove into their lane, coming at them head-on. The other vehicle was turning onto West Fire Tower. My daughter had to swerve into the other lane with the oncoming traffic, narrowly avoiding a head-on collision by inches. This intersection is a known danger with frequent complaints, but now it's personal. This involved my family, and I feel compelled to take action again on our roads. Over 2 years ago, when I spearheaded a successful petition to reduce the speed on Pelletier Loop, many residents I spoke to, if not most, expressed their concerns about this dangerous intersection and the need for action. After getting the speed limit on West Fire Tower reduced, I fought hard for DOT to mitigate the dangers at this intersection, and Chief Hunter helped as well with all of that. Unfortunately, even after some quasi-traffic study, including visibility measurements, DOT's hands were tied and no further action was taken. So now, because I don't know what else to do, I'm starting a petition again because it worked last time. I have support from the residents and law enforcement agencies. I am in direct communication with the Highway Patrol, who have agreed to be more present in this area. As a matter of fact, the sergeant gave me his personal number to let him know at the end of the week if there is more of a presence. The Highway Patrol specifically stated that they received calls, many calls about West Fire Tower. So they're being extremely supportive of this. It appears the only way to get NCDOT to install safety measures, such as stop signs on a state road or a light, is through the voice of the people. So there's power in numbers, so my goal is to get as many signatures on this petition as possible. It's just unacceptable to wait for fatalities. I think it would make a difference if others help with this petition, because I'm not able to do what I did last time. Thank you, Karen Sauer, she went out with me in the heat, and we put a pretty good dent in it. Josh, there's a former highway patrolman in Pelletier Shores. He's working over there. He's extremely supportive and helping in that area. I think we have to reach out to Silver Creek, Blue Water Cove, and other areas, as all those people travel those roads. And Chris, thank you, as always. Every time I contact this guy, he goes out of his way, he steps up to the plate, and he doesn't waste any time, just goes the extra mile, and I always appreciate it, and I do appreciate your support. So here's the petition. It's not perfect. The intersection of Pelletier Loop and West Fire Tower is a known danger with frequent near misses and other incidents due to vehicles turning left on West Fire Tower Road without yielding to oncoming traffic. This is compounded by a winding curve, decreased visibility, and the overall awkward nature of the intersection. Recently, a family was almost hit head-on at this intersection, underscoring the urgent need for action. Regular complaints show this is not an isolated issue, but a long-standing danger for many residents. We request NCDOT to install appropriate traffic control measures, such as a three-way stop sign. I'm not dictating what to do, it's just an example. It is unacceptable to wait for fatalities. Traffic has increased dramatically and worsened with the ongoing and planned developments in this area. So that's my petition. And Sonny, we've talked and you shared your complaints you've received.
Yes.
So, anybody want help? I mean, I just feel like it's time to pay attention to this side of Pelletier, because a lot of people live over there and that are in Pelletier that travel that intersection from our side of Pelletier, and I would just appreciate any help.
Can you leave that right there until after the meeting?
The petition?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So if anybody feels free to sign it after the meeting, please do so.
And I have copies, if anybody wants to take it into your neighborhood and try to get some signatures.
I'll take a copy.
Thank you, Caesar.
What is
Give
the,
you this one.
what is
Okay.
So are you gonna do?
what's the petition?
Yes.
To do a safety measure on Pelletier
That
Loop
was,
and
she
West
gave me
Fire
her
Tower.
log out, I was gonna do it after. So-
All right, see, anybody
You can do
else?
some on that
Any-
back side where you guys started, and I'll start on the new roads.
I know.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
All right, anybody else as far as public comment?
Who's doing 5 acres? Excuse me. Somebody want to do 5 acres?
At last month's council meeting, it was mentioned that the prior council meetings were unlocked on a personal YouTube account. for the town's website, they need the actual meeting and meeting file instead of a link. That way they can put it under the archives and it will remain there so anyone can see it. So I just wanted to pass that on to see if it was possible.
That can be downloaded.
The actual meeting?
The meeting can be downloaded.
Okay, well,
Just have, what's her name, Anthony? Have Anthony, call me and he can download it
okay,
right off of YouTube.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. Old business, the shed ordinance. You're up.
Yeah, the shed ordinance, it was reviewed by the planning board, not last meeting, but the meeting prior. The planning board signed off on they made a comment to approve it, and it was provided to the commissioners. At our last meeting, last month, well, I should go back. We decided to hold off, or this board decided to hold off on moving forward with call it for a public hearing because the board wanted to wait for the amendment to the mobile home park, travel trailer park portion of the ordinance. Last meeting, last month, the planning board was not able to make your quorum. So now we're at this meeting tonight, and the planning board has signed, they've approved, and they have provided a signed statement on the additional amendment regarding the mobile home park, travel trailer park portion of the zoning ordinance. So, I don't believe the commissioners took action the meeting before last. So, whenever the board would like to consider either amendment or both of the amendments that have been already reviewed and approved by the planning board,
Well, see, this, you know, what you left in here, it deals with the mobile homes, but I'm hunting for sheds. What?
Shed, yeah, that was done, yeah, that was the meeting before last.
That was like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
But we were holding up because you guys were investigating the anchoring for safety and flood control. And you were supposed to look into it, and basically you said you couldn't find anything, that we had to defer to the state, but we should be allowed to make our own rules here. And I did some investigating myself, and like the county, Brunswick County has ordinance where any accessory building has to be anchored.
So does Carter County.
And it applies to all of their municipalities. So they did an overarching thing, but we should be able to do it if we want to here. And the way they did it was under 153, I believe, or either 143, where it talks about the safety for floating or where it becomes a hazard if it floats up,
Douglas.
yeah,
Which,
Flood damage.
yeah, the flood damage preventive ordinance.
I can check the requirements in the town's flood damage prevention ordinance. I can't recall what's required off the top of my head for accessory structures in that ordinance, but we can find out. So yeah, the town already has a flood damage prevention ordinance. So if we're able to enforce it.
So maybe it could be like a line item in the shed thing that says, anchoring shall be done in accordance with the flood damage ordinance or whatever.
Yeah, that flood damage prevention ordinance, I'll be interested to see a copy of it for the town, because it's usually a model ordinance that's handed down by the state of FEMA, so I assume you're gonna get mirror language if we already have it in ours, so that's a good place to look.
yeah.
It was recently reviewed, and every update to the flood damage prevention ordinance has to be approved by a planner that works for North Carolina Department of Public Safety, Emergency Management. And I was actually speaking to her today about another flood damage prevention ordinance. So, yeah, I can take a look at the town's ordinance because I have a copy of it. And if I can't find anything about tie downs or accessory structures, I'll contact her and I'll see if there's anything that the town can do to enforce that.
Yeah, two other things that just for Brett's knowledge, Brunswick County had no dimension for accessory under the flood portion, but under the building permit, they did have 12 by 12,
Right.
I think it was.
Right.
And then also, I'll think of it in a minute, there was one other thing. The sunset provision for them is 1985. So they're requiring any accessory building that wasn't erected before 1985 to be anchored.
Now, how will that affect us? If we have a person that has got an accessory building that's been there for 10 to 15 years, are we gonna go back retroactive?
I'm not sure, so I can ask about that. They can get back.
Well, it would be hard for us to enforce that.
Yeah.
Because even the anchors on the newer ones would have to be, done by the building inspections department.
Most of the time, what happens is if you pass an ordinance and go respectively, go forward with this thing, that eventually over time, people come into compliance. And that's the whole idea. You're not gonna solve the problem on day one, but in 10 or 15 years when these folks, whatever their shed is gone, is blown away, and now they gotta put a new shed and they get a permit. Now we're gonna put a new shed with anchors and things of that nature. So zoning typically takes a while to catch up to what we're dealing with, but if anytime you go retroactively, then you have the problem of like takings, right? So is the government taking your property, that kind of thing. So it's very difficult, I think you would agree, very difficult to go backwards on these sort of things. It's always easier to draw a line in the sand and going forward, let's work it out.
Yeah. Yeah, because they will blow away because, when Bertha hit, I watched, a barn roll across the field before it finally disintegrated, so.
And I also wanna just clarify that it's a flood damage prevention ordinance. It's concerned with the impacts of water. So if we're talking about, high winds, that could be something separate. It would depend what flood zone you're in. So there's flood damage prevention ordinances
different requirements for different zones. Brunswick County, obviously a beach community, so we'll take a look at it, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so, y'all need more time to look at this,
For the
The
lot
sh-
sizes.
the sheds and,
I
I
think
mean-
that'd be appropriate for Carlton to look at the flood damage prevention.
yeah,
ordinance
there you
at
go,
the same time.
there you go. So, all right. And then next month, you want to put this back on the,
Yes,
manufactured homes?
yes, if y'all are ready, next month.
So commissioners, make sure y'all have these and get yourself familiar with them so that we can take action on that next month, okay?
So next month, we're doing the manufactured homes and the sheds.
Yes.
Carrying that over too.
Yes. All right, they good? Okay. No other business, commissioners' comments? Commissioner Quinn? Commissioner Bragg?
Thank you.
Commissioner Mason?
Law enforcement officer.
Commissioner Taylor? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Next meeting is August the 5th. Right here.